So far in this system catalog documentation project that I've been doing, I have played around 70 baseball games. And if you think that sounds like a lot, well, it feels like even more than that. And if you don't think it sounds like a lot, go play 70 different 8-bit baseball games. My point here is that I've played enough baseball video games to have some pretty significant opinions about them. ROMROM Stadium is the very first CD-ROM based baseball game, and I have some very strong opinions about it. The obvious question about ROMROM Stadium is, what does it use the CD-ROM for? And the answer for that is some very basic cutscenes. See this woman on the main menu? After you hit a home run, or sometimes in between innings, you'll get a brief cutaway to her watching the game on television, or watching a game on television since they don't change the uniform colors to reflect which teams are playing. And for these short, 5-second intermissions, sometimes they spin up some CD audio of her saying something. And there you go. That's the entirety of what they use the CD-ROM for. As for the game itself, you have the option to play a single match, or to play the entire season. You can save your progress to the CD-ROM unit's internal memory, or get a password, and there's a team construction mode. Since ROMROM Stadium didn't have the license to Nippon Professional Baseball, the teams are just represented by an initial, and they don't even have the uniform colors correct. On the field, it controls exactly like Namco's Family Stadium, just like 95% of other baseball games at this time period. However, I did notice some odd quirks. The kind of off touches that you might expect from the developer of Ganbare Golf Boys. For example, when you bat, your swing is weirdly slow. It makes getting the timing down to hit the ball a bit tricky. Another thing that you'll notice is that when you're pitching, the computer is easily able to hit your ball. Unless I was way outside, the computer could consistently hit any pitch I sent toward it. Now the flip side of that is, I don't think I've seen this many short infield hits directly to the pitcher across the entirety of the rest of the baseball games I've played. The computer hit 95% of my pitches, and about 3/4 of those hits were super light and straight at the pitcher. Now when the ball did go someplace else, fielding was pretty much as bad as it gets in these 8-bit baseball games. The kind of thing where you have to control the fielders off-screen, guiding them to catch a ball whose arc isn't exactly clear. And then when you're throwing the ball, if there's someone in between you and the base you're sending it to, they'll catch it instead of the ball going over their head. That means you can't throw from third to first, since the pitcher will catch it and you have to throw it again. Now there is one bit of weirdness that works out in your favor. The computer doesn't know how to change pitchers. Pitcher exhaustion is modeled, and you'll see them get tired out after a few innings. And of course the pitches get slower and slower. In the 2 matches I played though, the computer kept the same pitcher in for all 9 innings. It's not even like they were going for a no-hitter. Now in spite of all of those problems I just pointed out, surely ROMROM Stadium must have made an impression in the Japanese market. It was the first CD-ROM baseball game. Well, the one person I found who had anything to say about it mentioned that they bought it new for 980 yen in 1990. So it seems like ROMROM Stadium bombed hard. Also, that one person who bought it new didn't like the game. Obviously, I agree with that position. ROMROM Stadium isn't the worst baseball game that I played, but it's definitely bottom 10. Maybe bottom 5 depending on how I shook things out. It looks nice, but it plays horribly. And at the end of 1989, there's more baseball games out there than you could possibly play. I mean, unless you dedicated several years of your life to it. You could pick almost any of those other baseball games at random and have a better time than with ROMROM Stadium.